It's Coach's Corner. I mean, I don't know. Coach's in the Corner. We need a new name. If you want to donate a name, I might have something for you. I don't know what it is. I don't know. We'll figure something out where your life is enhanced if you come up with a better name for the show. Right now it's called Coach's Corner every Monday at 1. A lot of show today. The show is jam-packed. Sitting to my left, are we doing Facebook Live, Justin? Facebook Live or Facebook Live on KHTS. You can listen to the show on hometownstation.com, and we have the best app in radio. Go to the App Store and download the app, KHTS 1220 AM. So sitting to my left, if I'm on Facebook, that's Dylan Thomas, freshman All-American at the University of Hawaii. Also sitting to Dylan's left is David Oliver. Now, David's son played in the NFL. Your other son, what's he doing? Playing chess? What's the other son doing?
He works.
You have to speak right to the microphone.
He works for AT&T in Atlanta.
Oh, okay. Do they have a ball club, AT&T? I don't think so.
No, they don't.
They don't. Speak right into the microphone. So you want to get about an inch from the microphone. And, of course, my host every week, not feeling his best, but, man, he showed up today. I mean, that's better than a lot of people do. He didn't call in sick. He's not crying and whining and whimpering like a little baby. Ryan, how are you, pal?
Good.
Ryan Williams.
Good to see you, Coach.
Nice to see you. And maybe one of the greatest high school basketball players in the history of Southern California.
Hype it up, Coach.
I am. West Ranch,
Always.
baby. West Ranch. What's the nickname of West Ranch?
Wildcats.
Oh, okay. Go Wildcats. And Valencia is?
The Vikings.
The Vikings.
Yep.
And the arch rival now, so we know Hart, Indians, and Valencia for years and years have been arch rivals and everything.
Yeah,
right?
always Valencia and Hart.
Yeah. But now West Ranch showing up for golf, showing up for baseball, maybe next year showing up for football. Look out, West Ranch.
I don't know about that much, Coach.
Really?
They've never been the best at football.
Really?
Baseball, they've been solid. Basketball, solid. Other sports, pretty
what's
solid.
preventing you're fishing in the same pond that Valencia is? Similar pond?
Similar.
Okay. All right. Well, today's show we're going to talk about Dodgers. I'm a little angst up about the Dodgers. We're going to know Mayweather and McGregor. We're going to talk with David Oliver here a little bit about basketball. And, of course, we're going to highlight our wonderful guest. Flew all the way in from Hawaii. Where's the University of Hawaii? What island? The big one?
Oahu. No.
Oahu. Yeah. And so so you get drafted by the university, get a scholarship, which is unbelievable, and you land. You had ever been to Hawaii before?
Not before my official recruiting trip, no.
So you landed. What'd you do like the first day? Did you go right to the beach?
They picked me up, actually, just brought me to the stadium. First thing I saw.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got blonde hair. Is that in a bottle or is that from surfing?
No, it's from a bottle. It was for this season, actually.
You look good. You look good. So you're from Kistake. Big shout out to your parents. Also, I'm dedicating the show to Natalie today. Can we do Natalie's last name?
Yeah, of course. Natalie Pelayo.
Natalie Pelayo. Yeah. And Jim Picarillo, my dear friend. And I got to give a big shout out to your dad. What's your dad's name?
Todd.
On Father's Day. Nice job, Dad, on Father's Day yesterday, and you raised a heck of a young man. I met him for the first time a few minutes ago. Handshake, eye contact, Dad. You got to be proud of your son. Now, did he fly over to Hawaii to see any of the games?
Oh, yeah. He was out there for opening day and closing day.
But not in between?
No time in between.
Okay. All right. So you compiled quite a record. The first record is big college baseball freshman All-American. First time in my life I ever sat next to an All-American. That's got to be exciting. That's on your resume for the rest of your life. And then you're also named the Big West Freshman Pitcher of the Year. And you finished off Valencia High School in 2015, and you redshirted last year. For those of you who don't know about redshirt, so my son was all county in Ventura County, California, football, baseball. So they made him redshirt. So when he got his scholarship, he was a cornerback. He was 175 pounds. So when he went on the college interviews, I made him wear his Letterman jacket over a sweatshirt. And anyway, they redshirted him until he got up to about 185 pounds. So they redshirt you because they just want you to grow a little bit, right?
Yeah, for the most part. There was a little bit more behind it. I kind of struggled a little bit with my command my freshman year coming in, and so that was a big
factored as well. But yeah, they wanted me to just get a little bigger and stronger as well.
Well, obviously your ERA, earn run, is unbelievable. 2.01, 17 appearances. So you figured out the command. You're getting the ball over the plate.
Yeah, it was all in my head. It was the mental side that I was struggling with in the beginning.
And I want to talk about the mental side for a minute because my last book was called The Thinking Room. My next book is called How to Get Lucky in Life. But between the ears, I mean, I've seen great athletes come and go. I'm an ex-college coach, high school coach, teacher. Won a lot of golf tournaments, lost a lot of golf tournaments, played in some professional tournaments. It is between the ears, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot that goes on inside of your head that really dictates how you play the game, especially with baseball, I feel.
Yeah, because football, you can kind of hide a little bit. I mean, you got 11 guys, all next to each other, kind of holding hands at times. But in baseball, especially as a pitcher, you're isolated. You're out there. I mean, if you even go to your nose to pick a little something, everybody's going to know, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Now, do you scratch?
What do you mean by
Never
that?
mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Let's move on.
Okay.
Ryan Williams, the best that ever was. Let's talk a little baseball, and we'll come back to Dylan Thomas, and we'll get David Oliver involved here in a minute. Well, maybe I'll get both of you involved because I'm sick of basketball, but we got to finish it off. Were you guys happy about the who won the Warriors?
Warriors won.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys both happy about that?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Not so much for you, Ryan. So, David Oliver, your concern, we were talking before the show started, you don't understand how Cleveland goes from being a crappy team, right?
Right.
To being a pretty darn good basketball team.
Well, I just think that as I came up, people worked harder to get good. Coaches had to.
Yeah, but there's a turn of the century was different than today's
I understand
2017.
that, but when you have one guy come and now you're the best team in the league, I'm wondering what are the other teams doing? What are the other coaches?
You don't think that LeBron James is one of the greatest athletes of all time, one of the greatest basketball players that's walked on this earth?
Yeah, I think he is, but I'm not so much blaming LeBron James. I'm wondering what is the rest of the league doing? What is Atlanta doing? What is Milwaukee doing? Why don't they feel like they want to be as good as he is?
Ryan, jump in on this. When you have a gifted athlete, when you have somebody that has so many gifts, first of all, he's got leadership gifts. He's got leadership gifts. He's got a dynamic personality. And when you have those two things, the other players around you want to play for you. Michael Jordan made the other players on his team better. These are gifted people that provide incredible leadership to everybody around them.
The way I look at it is LeBron is a once in a lifetime type player. And
Bingo.
when you have to construct a team with Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green to get past him, I think that just says everything right there.
You're a smart young man. You are a smart young man. So I agree 1,000%. And I think the rest of the NBA is going to have to figure out, what do they call them, super teams now?
Yeah, they're called super teams, but a lot of arguments are being made about whether the Warriors are a super team, and I don't think they are. They drafted Green, they drafted Klay, they drafted Curry, and added one of the best free agent possible, and that's a lot of teams do that. They just drafted well.
So everybody here knows I'm a football fanatic. I mean, I live for college football, pro football. This basketball goes on for 9 months. I mean, it's June and we're still talking about basketball, and then they're going to start up again in late September?
Well, I mean, the same thing happens with the NFL. You see the NFL season end, and everyone's talking, going and leading into the draft, and then the draft happens, and everyone's talking about what happened in the draft. I feel like NBA is the same way. Season ends.
Well, but then we have the NFL channel that just keeps playing the same stuff over and over and over and over again. I mean, how many times can you watch the top 100 players, the top 10 plays, right, David Oliver?
Yeah, but
you're a football guy, aren't you?
Yes.
You got to speak right in the microphone.
Yes, I'm a football guy. But again, I believe it's a business now. It's not about becoming the best player you can be. It's about just getting there, getting the money, and I'll just sit and wait until my career is over. That's how I think football is becoming. I think basketball is like that. And don't get me started on baseball.
So there's a little bitterness here from David Oliver. The show is called Well, we're calling it Coach's Corner, but if you have a better name for the show, I'm all ears. We could call it Coaches in a Corner, maybe. I don't know. What's angsting you about baseball? Because I'm really a little fired up about the Dodgers. What is something bothering you about baseball?
Well, I only speak from my experiences, and I talk to you about my son, who I thought should be playing baseball right now. He shouldn't be working for AT&T. Went to a small black college, was an All-American, gaudy numbers, second in the nation in
What
batting.
position?
He was a third baseman. And, I mean, literally on the phone with a professional team, and we're going to draft you, and somebody walks in the room and says, he went to a small black college, we're going to take somebody else. And, I mean, 4 years, not only 4 years of baseball in college, but getting out of school in 4 years, okay? This is a kid who took so many classes his senior year. The school charged us an extra $700 because he had too many hours. He went through all the stuff with the not the Redskins, but the Red Sox. I mean, all these teams, physicals, sending his medical reports, all that other stuff. And to sit on the phone with a team and somebody walks in the room and simply says, he went to a small black college, we'll go with someone else.
Well, you might have failed him as a father. Did you ever think of LeVar Ball? I mean, you got to go out there. My son played for Thousand Oaks High School, which is a big, legacy high school in Ventura County, and the coaches, and he was captain of his football team. They did nothing for him. I mean, it's amazing how these coaches. I want to get back to Dylan Thomas here in a minute and see what his coaches did for him, but these coaches at Thousand Oaks High did nothing for him. I'm the one that went and recruited him to Oregon. I'm the one that went on the trips with him. I'm the one that, my wife baked the chocolate chip cookies, and we gave each coach a little bag of chocolate chip cookies.
Is that an NCAA violation, Coach?
I don't think so, because we were giving the cookies. Yeah, no, we were providing, but it broke the ice, Ryan. It broke the ice. Dylan, when you went to Valencia High School in 2015, you graduated with all kinds of honors. You get a scholarship to Hawaii. You become Big West Freshman Pitcher of the Year. You become a collegiate baseball freshman All-American. Man, look at all your stats. Wow. 9 saves. Holy moly. I'm dropping a dime to the Dodgers on you. Did your coaches do anything for you in high school?
Up until when our head coach, Jared Snyder, was obviously removed from our head coach position, he was really the one that was fighting for everything. And so after he was gone, not so much really went on, but I think that was just because it was...
Oh, he was probably...
assistant coach got moved up to the head coach position. Now, obviously, he's taken on more responsibilities than he's ever had, and I don't blame him at all for any of that, but no, there was really not too much recruiting going on. It was more of my summer teams that I was playing for.
So back to David Oliver, our wonderful guest today on the show called Coach's Corner on award-winning KHTS with my host every week, Ryan Williams. Back to baseball, because I want to talk about the Dodgers for a minute, but back to your son. So what did your son, what was his batting average as a third baseman?
His senior year, he batted .441.
Okay, that's legit. So here's what the scouts would say. Here's what the so-called establishment would say. He didn't play anybody. That's what they say. I mean, and you've heard that too. So, how old's your son now?
He's 24.
Well, he's still young enough. So what I would do is go and find an ex-NFL agent or scout or somebody that's connected. That probably one of the reasons that he didn't get looked at was not only did it play for a small college and they say, well, there was no competition, but he wasn't connected. Does that make sense? The right people, and that's so important. Tomorrow I have on my show, on my 1 o'clock show called The Business Life, I have the mayor of Santa Clarita, Cameron Smythe, and we're going to talk about getting connected, because in the real world, getting connected is so important,
Right.
and who you hang with. So maybe off there we'll figure out how to get. What's your son's name?
His name is Cash Oliver.
Oh, are you kidding? That's a baseball name. That's money, baby.
Absolutely.
That's money right there. We'll get Cash going. All right, the show is called Coach's Corner, 1 o'clock every Monday on KHTS, award-winning KHTS radio. You can also listen on hometownstation.com. So let's get back to the Do you follow the Dodgers, Dylan Thomas?
Not so much. I'm an Angels fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Close his
sorry.
mic. Close his mic and ask him to leave the studio right now. Now, I know Mike Sosha, and I don't understand. If I was an Angel fan, you have to be the most frustrated Angel fan in history. Why don't they do better?
Yeah, I'm asking myself the same
Here's
question
the
all
answer.
this time. Yeah.
Baseball's about pitching. You know, you're a pitcher.
Yeah, and their minor league program too. They have one of the worst minor league programs in all of baseball.
They paid all these guys. Weaver turned out to be a bust. I mean, their pitching. Who's? Oh my God, their pitching is inconsistent. Their bullpen is worse. I mean, you have to have at least 2 starters that can win 15, 16 games that you can count on, right?
Yeah, that's where everything's going wrong right now is our pitching.
Yeah.
We have good hitters. We
Yeah.
have guys that can play the field. It's our pitching.
You know it's bad, Coach, when you got Ricky Nolasco as your ace.
Yeah, bingo. Here's what I would suggest if you're listening. We're a Dodger station, so the Dodgers may be listening. Ladies and gentlemen, or Mr. and Mrs. Dodgers, if you're listening, there's a kid named Dylan Thomas sitting right next to me. He's good looking. He's tall. You're going to fill out. You're going to put on, another 15 pounds, you think, in 2 years?
Yeah, I think so. I'm only 190 right now.
Oh, that's terrible. You
yeah,
gotta get-
no, I'm trying.
Is your dad listening to the show? We got to
He
get you up
is,
to
yeah.
215.
I'm trying. 210, 215 is
220?
my goal. Yeah.
Got to get a big butt on you. Do you have a big butt?
I do not. Not right now.
You need to get a big butt on. So listen to me, Dylan. Got to put some weight on. Then I'll drop a dime to the Dodgers. But they've got a kid named Rich Hill, who I know you can pitch better than Rich Hill. What's your fastball?
I'm like consistently around 88 to 91.
Perfect. What's his fastball, Ryan? 73? 75?
Does he even throw a fastball?
Oh,
That's
my,
the question I
no.
have.
He's
He sticks with the off speed.
67% curveballs.
Yeah.
How's your curveball, Dylan Thomas?
I do not throw a curveball. I have a slider actually.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. And show me how do you hold the slider? How do you hold your slider?
So if you have a 2-seam grip,
Yeah.
I rotate the ball and just throw my thumb down on the bottom of the horseshoe and my index and my middle finger over the top of the horseshoe.
And is it automatic, or are you conscious that you need to spin that?
No, not at all. It's just
So it's
become
natural?
such an automatic pitch for me now. Yeah.
You're lucky. You're lucky. Did you want to take a break, Justin? Was that okay? We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Wonderful guest in the studio, Dylan Thomas. He graduated from Valencia High School in 2015, and wow, has he done well. What's your major?
I'm a psychology major.
Oh, my God. We'll talk about that when we come back. David Oliver's with us, and, of course, my co-host, Ryan Williams, and maybe one of the greatest high school basketball players of all time. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.